there's like all these diets out there. Like there's like low fat, there's low carb, there's carnivore, there's keto. There's all these different things, and some of them are good like for tools and like not long term. Like no diet like that is good long term. There's like a healthy balance between all of them that you can use to kind of make up your own diet depending on what you need. I think it's different because someone can do carnivore long term, but not some other people. It just depends on like you and your body, what you do on a daily basis.
Me and my friend were talking about that actually, and he told me that you actually can't do that for a long time.
Can't or can?
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Like it's actually you're either gonna die at a young age than you're supposed to, or you're gonna come across with some problems in your body.
So
So
it's not healthy
you could probably get a
long-term?
heart attack out of like probably like 50, 60 when you're in that range of years.
From carnivore.
Yeah.
Well, just from like not eating carbs.
Exactly, because you need everything, right? You need vegetables. You can't just be eating.
You are missing
protein
out on
either.
certain like vitamins when you
And it's same thing with from the
carnivore.
vegans. Like vegans, like you need meat. You know what I mean? It's just the same way carnivores need vegetables and all the other stuff. Like
We had a
everything is in
conversation
balance.
about this. You said you get everything from meats.
Well, I won't get everything
vegetables-
from meats.
No, you said that
I don't
when
eat
you
a lot of
compare-
vegetables.
Right, when you compare things you get from the meat, you don't really need vegetables. We had this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
remember
I
my
saw a
friend
video
was
like
even
that.
agreeing
It said
with
things you can get from meat, you can never get from what's it called plants. But some things that you can get from plants, you can always
Yeah.
get it from meat.
Exactly.
So what?
No, but it's also not long lasting, right? I'm not talking about in the short term. When you start to, you still need it, but it's not like it's okay. Like if you would put it on the scales, like which one do you need to eat more? I would probably say meat for sure. Like protein is actually more important than a vegan diet, for example.
Yeah.
But on the long term, well, this is also bad, just as this one. This one's just more better than this one.
Okay.
Like if you put it on
So
scales.
it's just to put the emphasis on how good the meats actually are, right?
exactly because
Then
you can't get
to
stuff
say
from yeah,
completely.
right.
Because that can be misunderstood so many ways. People have used to use it against vegetables, sometimes even fruits too. I mean,
Yeah.
rarely
Fructose,
you see.
like talking about fructose and how it's like going to overload your liver or something
Yeah.
like that.
But
Like our body
fructose,
doesn't-
that's just a different type of
Different type of sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
But
syrup,
fructose
right?
goes directly to the liver versus like sugar like glucose or like a starch. Like all vegetables are sugar because it's a carb. All carbs are sugar. So when it goes into your body, but it's about the micronutrients, not just the actual sugar itself.
Can you kind of explain that?
So if I'm eating a carrot, I eat
Yeah.
carrots, I eat sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes have carbs in it. And
potatoes.
carbs are pretty much sugar for your body.
Exactly.
But versus candy, right? Candy's sugar, but it has like no micronutrients in it. It has like, no nutrients. Just it literally is just straight up sugar.
And that would be fructose.
Fructose is from fruits. Yeah. Fructose is strictly just from fruits like dates, blueberries, strawberries, etc. Like
But what about the ones that you get from chocolate or candy and all
Yeah.
those stuff? Because that's a different sugar that just spikes up your blood sugar
Yeah.
super fast, like honey too, even. But honey's just organic. Honey's just natural.
yeah. It just depends on the
depends
where
which
it's
one
from,
you get.
quality, the micronutrients, if it's like empty or not. Like you could eat a food and it'd be like empty. Like if you eat a box of Pringles, that's a lot of carbs, but there's no micronutrients. Like there's nothing in it. Like yeah, you could have got like the sugars in
That's
it from
true,
it,
yeah.
but
No, that's very true.
What about the balance? Like, how would you say you balance food or the nutrient in your life? Meaning, sometimes when do you ever just say, okay? Because obviously, I think we have to definitely advocate that you need to be strict with your diet and what you put in your mouth for sure, and really watch what you consume in terms of the nourishment of the body, and really eat food as your life depends on it, because it's true. People think that when we're young, it doesn't affect us, which is true to some extent. But in the long term, you will understand that
Did affect
switching
you.
it did affect you big time, right? So how do you really stay strict with your diet, but at the same time understand that we're all humans, or
Yeah.
like we have moments where we do consume things that are not the most organic, especially living in America. You look at the label and it's so hard to sometimes find things that just don't have seed oils in them.
yeah.
Soy.
One, it's impossible. Like
To what?
literally every food, not every food, but most of the foods that you want to consume, they still have that ingredient, so you can't escape. You know what I mean? So it's really unrealistic for you to say there's going to be some things I'm going to buy from the store that are not going to have seed oils, for example, because there's going to be foods that, unfortunately, they still have it. Maybe they have better ingredients than others, but there's still that one thing that they always have. You know what I mean? And especially in stores, unless you're getting it from. What?
Go
No?
ahead. Interestingly, some of them need it, right? So, I mean, Ali was explaining to me. For example, if you were to eat soy itself, like the soybeans, they are not bad itself. But when you extract that into an oil and cook in it on a heat, then it's bad, right?
Okay.
So, same thing with let's say
Avocado oil.
avocado. Yeah. Like eating avocado is so different than cooking in avocado oil. Same with olives, right? So you see that, and some to make a structure of, let's say, peanut butter, even, or when it comes to pistachio butter that we were buying, like it had soy oil, sunflower oil in it, something like that. And then I asked Ali, I was like, "Yo, bro, you're selling this in your store? It's an organic store. How come it has this has in it?" But he goes, "There's some things where, one, it's not a big amount, and even if it is in there, the sunflower oil itself is not bad when it's in the pistachio butter, because it's not that amount, it's not that much, compared to when you buy it in oil to cook your food in it, because it absorbs and it goes on a heat, it absorbs that process, because it goes through the process. So it's very different. What I'm trying to say, that makes sense.
100%. And back to like the restricted part about dieting and stuff. Like, I believe that you are only as restricted as you say you are or you think you are. And I think it comes back to like the mindset, because I can have that thing of popcorn over there. I can.
Do you want to?
I don't want to. That's the difference. I don't want to. I don't want it. It's not that, like I'm stopping myself from doing it. Like I literally have the urge to. I don't have the urge to at all. And I think it comes down with the mindset. Like, you should stay on the path of eating close to the earth as possible and eating whole foods or what?
As clean
as clean as possible. But I wouldn't say it's so much easier for me to get back on the straight path than get off of it. It's hard for me to get knocked off the path of the clean eating. I think that's the mindset people should have, is that your main path shouldn't be processed foods, or it shouldn't be like ultra processed foods,